Hey, ladies and gentlemen, my name's Peter Rosenberg. I'm at the Red Bull Studios in New York City, and it's All-Star Weekend, and my bro John Wall is here. How are you?
I'm great, man. How you doing?
The friggin' savior of Washington D.C. God, you have turned the Wizards into a good basketball team, my friend.
That's my goal. That's my identity. That's what I dreamed of when I got drafted by them in 2010. And it takes some time, but I say that we have amazing fans. They stuck with us through the tough times, and I'm very excited to bring some excitement to that city.
Listen, let me tell you something about excited fans. My wife, who made me pay for the tickets, we can watch every game at home in New York. You have very excited fans. Like I don't remember the last time that Wizards fans that I knew were watching every game during the regular season. You know what I mean? You have this town very and I don't think. Did you think early on? It seemed like before you signed the last big contract, it seemed like publicly there were still questions. They were like, "Is John Wall? We see the talent, but is he the guy? Is he like a transformative player that turns an organization around?" Did the organization? Do you feel that they always had faith in you that you were going to be that guy?
From day one, they told me that. Even when I had those tough times of dealing with injuries, not having good teams early on, I knew what I can do. I knew what I would bring to the city. I knew what I would bring to a basketball team. My main focus was just trying to stay healthy. And I think coming back after that knee injury and playing well and winning so many games, and then that gave me the opportunity to get my contract. And like I said, the contract didn't make me who I was. If they gave it to me or not, I was going to play that season the same way. Because if they didn't take me, somebody else was. But I knew where I wanted to be. My dad being from there and passing away when I was 9, that's big to play in that city.
How personal is that for you?
Oh, it's big for me. I just got a tattoo last summer. My dad, when he was in jail, and I was sitting in his lap, and it's like on my heart. So, that's a...
It's a picture of your dad?
Yeah, me and my dad.
It's like a photograph that exists.
Like right here.
Wow.
So it's big to me. It's something that I put on the court every time I play. I put RIP to my dad and love my mom. So to play in the city, and my goal is to bring a championship there. That'd be the biggest goal of my life, I think.
All right. Well, speaking of that note, in a weird, odd way, but while we're being not morbid, but we're being somewhat emotional, so I'm gonna play you this thing right here. So back in 2011, my brother-in-law Spencer passed away. He was 18, big Wizards fan, right? So this is 2011. What year was rookie year?
2010. I think it's a song, right? Yeah, I heard about it.
You heard about it?
Yeah.
Cold world.
So he just has this,
Hey,
he just has this one line.
It's SD.
Right?
SD.
And he was a kid. He had just started rapping,
What
right?
up? Hey, who that? Who that?
But for some reason, this
Say
line
what?
that he has
Who
about
that?
you
Who
just
that?
sounds so cold. And
Cold
I always
world.
wanted to
Who
play
that?
you
Who
for it.
that?
And
All
him
right.
being such a fan
Hey.
and now being gone, I thought you'd appreciate it.
Check me out. Back up on my 1, 2, 3 metaphors. I'm rhyming with CD. You would think I'm in stores. And y'all know me, I'm DOPE. Screaming skins all day, no MTV.
Say what?
I see a girl giving out blows like a prize fighter. I'm on top of the words, call me a highlighter. Oral sex in the morning, that's a head start. Words like bullets, yeah, I'm shopping at a lead mart. State of the Tar Heel, fuck how y'all feel. I'm young, but I'm good. I got that fucking John Wall feel. While y'all pissed off, I sit and sip Crystal. Hornets nest flow, I assist like Chris Ball. Flow like a quick river, lines like a stick figure. So many drinks, I probably borrowed someone else's liver. And I'm warming up just like a fireplace. I know I'm an acquired taste, so go ahead and try to hate. But I'm just a brainiac who don't know where his brainy at. I'm smoking Huckleberry, so I guess I'm Mark Twain in that. They told me I was insane, in fact. I'm trying to get my train on track, so you should probably counteract the fact that you attacked at that.
Who that? Who that? You know what you've been waiting
And then
for?
J. Cole respit his verse, and Gambino dropped like 64 bars on that song. But anyways, I always wanted to play that for you because to me it showed how meaningful you already were. Because Spencer wasn't even around to see quite what you've become as a player. Yeah. But early on, you had an impact on fans in DC.
Yeah, I think, like I said, they have been amazing fans from day one. Even when I was going through injuries and not winning so many games right along, that's something I had to get adjusted to, but I never let losing get installed into me.
Now, let's be honest. It helps that my football team is such garbage. The Redskins being a total disaster. It only makes people love the Wizards more. First of all, happy birthday to RG3.
Yep.
It's Robert Griffin III's birthday today. Now, you are a guy who never has faced the level of adversity that he's faced in the league, at least. However, you did have moments of doubt. At any point, have you been able to express anything to RG3 about what he's been going through over the last year? Because I'm really cool with him and, tried to talk to him about it. It's a very weird circumstance.
Yeah, it's amazing. I first met RG3 my senior year in high school when he was going to be a freshman at Baylor. I took a visit and met him. I didn't know who he was.
Wow.
So we met then. But yeah, he just texted me the other day, and he said I said something about the media asked me how do I feel about certain media people bashing him on Twitter and Instagram, and I say there's nothing you can do about that. It's a part of the world we live in. Social media is what people let their frustrations and anger out at. And I say, I deal with it all the time. I had a bad game yesterday. I missed a game-winning 3. Everybody say, why are you taking the game-winning shot? Why you get to play? I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? I have the confidence and believe in my ability to do certain things. And what I told him is, you can't tell people or judge people what their opinion is. All you can do is focus on trying to get better. And he said, appreciate the words of encouragement. All I'm going to do is try to get better and bring the city back on my side. And that's all you can do. As long as you know you're giving 110% effort on that field and between those lines, can't nobody criticize you.
Did something change with you though? Because I've ran into you a couple times, but even just today versus a couple years ago, and it's interesting that with where the team is now, I see you now and you seem much more like, not like I met you and you seemed like a child, but you seem like on a different level of confidence and maturity in your place. Did anything particular happen, or is it just a matter of spending time day to day getting used to this life of being a professional?
I was kind of used to the life pretty early. I mean, I grew up at 9 years old, had to be a father, and seeing certain things with my mom. So the main thing with me is when I was injured, the third year, when I had that knee injury and could have missed the whole season. I missed 40-something games. I think just sitting back, understanding the game more, watching a lot of film and watching my team suffer, it lets me know how much I meant to my team. And I said, now it's my job to get better. I mean, and my confidence went from there. When I came back those last 33 games and played like on an all-star level, my confidence was on the roof, and ever since then it's just been on the uprise.
So you talked about your childhood. Where are the places that you grew up as a child? You talked about your dad being in D.C. for a while, but what is the order of places that John Wall has been?
The south side of Raleigh. South side of Raleigh, North Carolina.
All the way from 0 to 18?
Probably like 1 and 2 I stayed in D.C., but south side of Raleigh, North Carolina, East Davie Street, Martin Street, Bragg Street.
And what's the North Carolina experience like? Or at least was it for you?
It's tough, man. If you get an opportunity, I just did a thing with Amex of showing my background and my lifestyle, and it's a great story. And I just did an ESPN article with Mike Wise. If you get the opportunity to read it, it shows the struggles I went through of breaking into houses, taking cars, getting shot at, all those type of things have been the wrong things in the
east
neighborhood.
Side of Raleigh's like that is it's a pretty serious situation.
Yeah, I feel I don't care what state you're in or whatever city you're in, everybody has a hood. They had their bad areas. And it might not be worse than the Phillies or the Calis or the New Yorks, but everybody has their bad turns. And then I was just an opportunity where basketball saved my life. I told him in the article, if it wasn't for basketball, I'd either be in jail or dead. That's how I feel.
How good were you? How fast, like as a kid?
I was always the best player since I was born. I mean, since I was 6'5". When I was 5, I was playing in 9 and 10 in the leagues.
Yet, at what age would you say you were the most doing things you shouldn't have been doing?
12, 13, 14.
So at that age, do you remember having the debate in your head of like, I should be focused on this, or was it not that conscious?
At that time, my dad had not died when I was 9, so
you were kind of wild. You were kind of just having a tough.
Yeah, I had the nickname Crazy J. That's when I knew I was on another verge. If you get the opportunity to read the ESPN article, it just came out. It's gonna tell you everything I'm telling you now, and it was tough, man. My mom working 3 to 4 jobs and not seeing her, but just taking me to school and picking me up. My older sister was raising me, so I had no father figure. And then until my mom sat down when I was 15, 16, it was like, either you can be like your dad or your brother, or you can just learn from what they did, their mistakes, and use that as your advantage to try to be something special. And that's when I started taking basketball even more serious.
What kind of time did you put into the game? I got to tell you, the one thing I'm always amazed at is like, everyone has a different endeavor, and we all make it to different levels. And I've made it hard. I've worked in radio real hard. It's not the same kind of actual hours that are put into a gym. What were your hours like? I'm talking about 16, 17, when you knew the eyes were on the prize now and you had a chance to get free education and maybe do more.
All I did was play basketball. It's school and basketball. When I started dedicating myself to not going out and doing things to guys in my neighborhood or my family members that was bad, it was just basketball and school. I would go stay with friends, go work out late at night, be up every morning at 5:30 working out.
These days, in the Wizards locker room, does everyone have a similar work ethic? How are most of the players similar in terms of the amount of time they put into the game? Or once you get to the league, does it vary? And some people see practice differently.
It's up to you. It's what you want to be as a player. And we have some guys that's been in the league for a long time and haven't played in the last month or so. But they're always the first ones there, the last ones to leave, getting extra work in after the games if they don't play a certain amount of minutes. And I think that's why our locker room and our team is doing so well. We have great guys that understand their role. They're not complaining. They're not getting playing time. And we got great people there. We got great veterans, and we got a lot of young guys that's willing to put in the work to get better.
What's Paul like?
Oh, he's probably, like I said before, Trevor Reeves, Al Harrington is probably my best veteran teammates next to Andre Miller. But he's probably the best. I mean, just his leadership, his encouragement, his aggressiveness, his anger he gives on that basketball court, and he treats every game like it's the finals.
Well, and I get a sense. I'm a lifelong Celtics fan, and I get the sense that Paul, the Brooklyn situation sucked for him.
Yep.
And now you get the sense he sniffs a ring. I mean, this is something that in this year or the next year, if he can hang on for another year, which I think he can, you guys could legitimately be in the hunt. I mean, is it fun motivation with a guy like that to try to help them get back there one more time?
It's great. I mean, that's my ultimate goal for DC. You know what I mean? That's my ultimate goal is to bring a championship there.
Do you really take that in, though, for how crazy that would be? Because being from DC,
I wouldn't know, to be honest with you, I wouldn't know what to do. I mean, you look at this as my fifth year, or if I win in my fifth year or sixth year, or maybe later on in my career, whenever, I wouldn't know what to do because I look back at my first 3 years and was like, this is like, I won 20 games. Like, I didn't get 15 wins until after All-Star break when there's a month left.
Well, you know what, though? I'm going to tell you this. I'm almost glad you got that experience because you know what it's like for your fans who went through so many years like that.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said.
It's kind of nice. You kind of, because for the guys who are just coming on the team now, they don't have quite the experience the fans have had.
Otto came in and went straight to the playoffs his first
year.
Right,
that's not a Wizards experience.
Nah, he didn't go through the adversity I did. So, like I said, it's great. It helped me build my bond with the city and the community and the fans.
Let me tell you, fans have been hanging on. Wizards fans have been talking about the 97 playoffs for 18 years. They've been talking about the fact that they pushed the Bulls to 5 games when Jordan was on the Bulls. 18 years ago. Now, granted, in the years in between, the Gil Arenas years, you know what I'm saying, they made runs and always seemed to run into LeBron. That's another interesting thing that we could be looking at here. Because in the years that you've been in Washington, it wasn't the LeBron Cavs. Yeah. It was the LeBron Heat. Yeah. But now we have the LeBron Cavs again. And he's tormented this franchise in previous years. Like, I would assume that someone on your level of competitiveness would almost look forward to and hope you get the opportunity to get Cleveland at their best come playoff time.
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's what I live for. You got Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, you have J.R. Smith and Timothy Mozgov, and definitely Kevin Love, those pieces. But that's great. I mean, I think the difference is you have a guy in Paul Pierce that has battles with LeBron for a long time. We know Paul is near the end of his career, but he has that competitive edge. And when he goes up against guys like that, he takes it very personal.
DC is an interesting market for a lot of reasons. One thing that people say about DC is that it's a rough place for athletes to go because of the social scene. It's like the huge club. DC is the king of the huge club.
No. You forget Miami, Atlanta,
no,
LA?
Miami's pretty nuts, too. But DC has the super club. DC, like Love and all these places that were the original spots that had 5,000 people.
Love's not there no more.
Love's a wrap?
Well,
what's the main thing? What's the number one club in DC?
You have Capital on Sundays.
Okay.
You have Opera, Josephine's. You still have Park. Those are the main ones.
And how much are you able to interact with that scene? Do you avoid it? Are you cool? People treat you good?
I'm more of a homebody. I have no problems. I speak to everybody. I try to be as normal as possible, as the fans let me and the people let me. But if we win a big game and the guys want to go out. My family's in town, I go out. Other than that, I like to be bowling or laying low watching movies.
Now, you mentioned you live in Maryland, not Virginia. How do you like Maryland life? I'm a Montgomery County kid myself. Is this a place you could foresee being and raising children and the whole nine?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a family-oriented place. It's very quiet. I had the mall 2 minutes up the street. So.
Montgomery Mall?
Yeah, it's right there.
That's that is the mall, by the way.
Yeah. Do
you know how many weekends I've spent in that mall roaming around looking for girls?
Over 1 million.
Over 1 million weekends. You know how many meals I've had at the Taco Bell? I don't know if I think the Taco Bell's gone. Yo, shout out to my homie, the dude Jerome, who used to work at the Taco Bell.
Jerome.
No, listen, let me tell you about Jerome.
Jerome must have gave you a discount.
No, he didn't, but he was white. He was this crazy-looking white dude, and he wore a little crappy necklace that said Jerome on it. And he wore it to Taco. Yes, every weekend. And he was there when I set my record of 4 7-layer burritos in the same eating.
Where Jerome at now?
I don't know. I got to be
Probably
honest.
still got that same
he
necklace
might,
on.
he might still be rocking that necklace. What about fans in D.C.? Have you played in front of the president before? I'm assuming you have.
I had the opportunity to go to the Easter egg hunt he had, and he shot some shots outside with me and my teammates.
All right, talk about that. What was it? What's it like interacting with the president?
It's fun. He loves to play basketball. He missed like 12 jump shots in a row. He reminded me of my rookie year. Then he was like, let me go ahead and shoot a layup. But he missed the first 2 layups, and the kids was like, no, not the president. Like, he's human, guys.
Oh, I got to tell you, for me, one of the things I'm excited about for this weekend, for All-Star Weekend in New York, is going to All-Star Saturday and watching players warm up. I don't know if you probably have zero appreciation for this. Watching NBA players warm up, if you've ever played basketball in any pathetic way in your own way.
Like at a YMCA?
Yeah, no, that's me. I played Montgomery County Rec Department basketball. Don't knock it till you try. Your kids might play that one day.
No, my brother be up there playing pickup.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he go up there. He be going everywhere and playing pickup.
So when you play basketball in any like low-level way, and then you go to an NBA game and watch you guys warm up, like you guys don't even understand how insane it is to see. Like the other day I went to the Nets Mavs game, and I watched Dirk can like 13 threes in a row in practice. When you warm up, could you even give a guess to the percentage at which you shoot when you're warming up, shooting around with no one guarding you?
Nah. That's when you get your best, when you're working on your craft. So, you try to find the sweet spots that you like on the court and get used to knocking them down, especially
What's your favorite spot?
the elbows.
Always.
Yeah.
Always been that?
I run a lot of high pick and rolls, and that's where guys go on the screens and they give me the shot. And my percentage is getting better and better each year, so it's making it tougher for defenders to guard me.
Who's your favorite to watch do the same thing? Like growing up, who took that same shot that you love to watch?
Man, my favorite player was AI, because I kill a crossover and he made tough shots, and he has that edge, and nobody can stop me. He's not going to stop attacking the basket until you hurt him, man.
I mean, you can make the case, in my opinion, that pound for pound, he's the best player to ever touch a basketball.
Pound for pound. But if you're not pound for pound,
I mean, no. I mean, obviously he's.
But pound for pound,
pound for
going
pound
in
in terms of the skill
under
he had,
6 feet,
175 pounds, whatever he was,
taking all them hits. Nobody else did it like him.
and like the level of competitiveness that he brought out there every night. I mean, it's a bummer the way things ended in the way end for AI, but hell of a career. And he must have been like, in terms of time, how old are you?
24.
24. So when you were a little kid, you're talking about his prime when you're 12, 13 years old.
That's my guy. That's
the
who
one.
I was watching. I was so honored to be there the night that he got his jersey retired. We played the Sixers.
Oh wow!
So that was the best experience of my life so far.
How much do you hear from veterans? Like how much interaction do you have with some of the greats?
A lot of them.
Who do you talk to?
I have the opportunity to talk to Magic early in my career, Isaiah, Chauncey Billups to just retire. He's one of the great guys that mentored me right when I came into the league. So I have a lot of guys. Jerry Stackhouse being from North Carolina. AI, he the one that helped me shine with Reebok when I first came out.
Really?
Yeah. He sat down and had a big talk with me for like an hour.
And what about college players? After you played ball, did you continue to have a relationship with the university and the other greats?
University all the time. I go back every summer, like 2 weeks, work out, have fun. I just talked to Coach Kyle today, joking with him. He's going to be here for the game, so I'm excited. I mean, my teammates, we still interact. Hopefully, I keep playing as well and sign a big deal later on, get all my teammates together, go on a vacation, have some fun.
How much time you got left on this current deal?
What, Drew one?
The one you're on right now. With the Wizards, yeah.
4 more. This is only my first year. I'm just getting started.
It just signed last season?
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously it's hard to get ahead at this point. But assuming things move the way you'd like to do it, would you love to be a guy who stayed in one place his entire career?
Why not? I like to build my own legacy, not follow. I like to be the leader.
Well, and also, isn't that the cool part? Like, you have an opportunity here to be the most important player really in the history of a franchise. You know what I'm saying? If you get that ring. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Right now, I mean, the all-time greats, when you talk about the Washington Wizards, of course, you talk about Wes Unseld, right?
Elvin Hayes.
And Elvin Hayes. These guys are special.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, you have a chance to do.
If I bring a championship there,
you're not on the Bulls, right?
I'd be great.
You're not on the Bulls or the
You're
Celtics.
not even the Bulls and you got match 6 to Jordan, or you got to be on the Lakers.
The Lakers or the Celtics, it's a wrap. You're never okay. But in Washington, you have a chance here. I mean, I grew up. I'll do a little Wizards. I'll get a little old school Wizards.
If I win one, they probably build me my own statue.
You will. No, they'll build your own stadium. It'll be made in your likeness. They'll change the name of the team again.
Nah.
By the way, I do think though, Talk about how happy you are that you're on the Wizards when they have this throwback color scheme as opposed to the crap they had before you got here. Because that blue and white was trash. Never.
The blue and gold?
The blue, gold, and white. That just
My
Wizards-
first year, I felt like I was wearing some hand-me-downs from high school.
It was the worst,
That was
bro.
the nastiest jersey combination ever.
Like it's the Bullets colors. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like this, you guys look the way this team is actually supposed to look.
Yeah, that red, white, and blue is amazing.
Oh, dude, it's one of the best uniforms in the game. But you talk about, do you ever see are old Bullets ever around? Do you ever see a Bernard King, a Jeff Malone, any of these guys? Do they tell you any of the legacy of the guys? Because this is from an era that wasn't great, but it was my childhood era.
No, a couple of old guys comes. When they have time, we see them there, but not as much. A lot of them be
I want you to go one day on YouTube. I want you to look up Liddell Eccles and John L. Williams. You ever heard about Liddell Eccles and John L. Williams? Let me tell you something. Back in the day in the early 90s, to be on the Wizards, you had to be minimum 20 pounds overweight. Okay?
Yeah, that's what they was.
Yes, but good. No, I'm not BSing you. Good. Like, John L. Williams was good. I'm talking about he had a year when he averaged probably 25 points a game. And Liddell Eccles was like a guy off the bench who would score 20 points. Jeff Malone was a real solid player. And a lot of people forget that the Bullets had Bernard King in basically his best season as a pro.
Ooh.
He was behind Jordan.
After he gave 50 with the Knicks?
Yeah.
Stuff?
I mean, listen, his Knicks years were great, but if you go look in like 1990 or 91,
I was just born, man. I was just getting my diapers wet.
yeah, no, I was already old and watching by then. How's the lady life there in DC there, John Wall? You locked down?
The lady life is great for John Wall, man.
It's not bad.
I'm single.
Single, ready to mingle,
Single, ready to mingle.
having a good old time. You got to
Nah.
be a top level bachelor in Washington D.C. right now.
Nah, man. It's just, I see it as, I'm young. You know what I mean? I feel like if I came into the game with a girl that I was in love with, it's different. It's been a couple of ladies I liked, wanted to date, but I know I wouldn't be faithful right now. So I say, I'll be honest, I say I'd rather be friends and stay that way than go with a girl, lose a friend, and never talk to her again. You know what I'm saying?
Because
So,
you know how that story's gonna go.
yeah, so I'm not ready to be faithful, so I'll be honest with a woman, and I don't want to break nobody's heart.
What do you do? How mindful are you of Twitter and Instagram, dude? These DMs, you gotta be mindful of these DMs, bro.
It's funny, man. It's great. You know what I mean? Sometimes, nowadays, you see a girl in public, you don't even have to say nothing to her. You be like, I know what her Instagram is. I know what her Twitter is. You can save it up that way. So
Yo, do you ever have a situation where you're in the club, you see a girl, and while you're in the club or after you leave, you get the DM or the
Oh.
at, and they're like, oh, I'm here right now. That's me.
all the time.
Dude, you know how different that is? You're on a different level.
No, I'm saying it's more scarier now.
It's scarier, but there's also things like, think about it back in the day. If you were a guy, now maybe you're a guy who's social and you would have had game anyway. But there are a lot of guys in the NBA back in the day who probably weren't good at talking to girls. Robert Parrish might not have wanted to go up and talk to a
I
girl.
got game, but nowadays I just like if I do me, I talk to anybody. I like mine to be low key. I mean, I don't like to be on all these websites. Ain't nothing wrong with the websites because some people want that public view. I like mine to be low key, and if we kicking it, we kicking. If not, so be it.
We have a mutual friend who's a great DC star himself, young Wale,
Yeah.
dropping his album in a few weeks. Where do you, in terms of young DC and stars in this city, you and Wale are really two of them. I mean, maybe one and two. Robert would have been right there, but things have gotten weird. But first of all, what's your relationship like with Wale? And have you heard anything from the album About Nothing yet?
No, I haven't heard anything about it, but he's a great friend. You know what I mean? Somebody, the first day after I did my press conference after I got signed in D.C., I met him and he took me out. He introduced me to the city. Bless you. It's great to see him do what he's doing. You know what I mean? I think he went through a bumper road at first where it was kind of shaky how it was going, and now he's getting on the right path. He's on tour. He's enjoying it. I'm excited for him. Wish him the best. It's great to see him be more around for our games and stuff and interact. And I mean, it's great when you get all the stars in D.C. come together as one to try to build a community and have as much as fun and success as we can. It's a lot of fun.
Did you get a chance to laugh at him when he tried to go and bum rush the Toronto commentators when they said that he's no Drake?
Yeah, he was at our game.
I clown him for that all
He
the time.
talked to me about it after the game. He was heated about that one.
know,
I
it
was
was the
weak.
That
It's
was-
fun. Yeah, he'd be here this weekend, so you know what I mean. Hopefully I
course
can
he is.
represent.
All-Star Weekend is a very exciting time. You've done the dunk contest before. You've done the skills before. This year, you're just in chill mode till the game?
Yeah, just relaxing, man. Enjoying my time with my family, friends, doing a lot of appearances and with my sponsors, and glad to be a part of the partnership with those guys and enjoy a weekend.
So, yeah, speaking of which, again, thank you to Red Bull Studios for having us up here. Well, listen, man, DC is very excited for you. Personally, I'm gonna need you to at least have a deep playoff run because I promised my wife that I would take her to a Wizards playoff game.
Yeah, that's the goal. Hopefully, you can bring it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
That's the thing. She was ready for us a month ago to try to take a trip to Cleveland. I said, no, let's wait until that's the conference finals.
See, y'all ain't came to a game all year.
We did. We came to one.
Which one?
I hit you. Wale got me tickets to Anthony Davis. Who was that again? New Orleans? Pelicans?
Yeah. What y'all doing Friday after this All-Star break?
Why, you got another game?
Yeah, we played Cavs. First game after the break.
In Washington?
Yes.
Really? I don't know. You want to give us tickets? All right, you give us tickets. Well, I'll drive down there that night.
Come on, sweetheart. Come on down and see a good show.
Hey, John, listen, it's a pleasure. We are very excited for you in Washington. Congratulations. Stop this weekend every once in a while. When you're on the court on Sunday, do me a favor, at the beautiful Garden. Stop and look around because this is going to be a pretty crazy week for
Every
you.
time I step in the Garden, man, it gives me chills. I had some of my best games in the NBA so far, and every time I had the opportunity to play on Christmas this year, that was fun.
Yeah, I know. We were traveling and missed that game, and it sucked.
See,
I'm so
that was
tight.
big time. That was fun.
I know. That must have been
I need more
special.
Christmas games. I'd rather play all of them in the Garden.
What feels so special about the Garden?
It give you chills, man. It's just like it's the mecca of basketball. Like, it's nothing better. All the stars.
Doesn't it feel intimate too?
I feel like you had a show. I feel like I'm Jay-Z at a concert or Lil Wayne in the middle of a big stage just performing.
Yeah.
Try not to forget the words of my 90 songs I'm trying to perform.
Right, I know exactly what you mean. It feels totally different, more like a performance than because
It's not a basketball game. It's like you say, it's a performance.
Because Verizon Center is an arena. It's very big. It's very high. The Garden's low, and for some reason, if you've never been there, feels very close. It's like I don't know, and I've never done. What is Staples an interesting feel too?
Oh yeah, Staples amazing too.
Because Staples looks crazy too. Because the lighting I know is very weird and different in Staples.
It like you play the Clippers, it's like this is bright. When you play the Lakers, it's really like a night show. They dim the lights. It's real dark in there. It's amazing.
Hey John, thanks, bro.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Enjoy All-Star Weekend. You know what it is.